What do you do when you're submitting your CV or your resume to role after role and you're not getting an interview? Well, part of the challenge is that we put so much of the work onto the CV or resume without realizing that it's just part of the journey. When a CV or a resume lands on somebody's desk, whether physically, or that's not as often, or virtually, if it's the first time that they've ever heard of you, the first time they've ever seen you, it's a bit like a door to door salesman knocking on the door and throwing everything they've got at you immediately. And sometimes that's what has to happen. Sometimes your CV is strong enough to do that lifting on its own. But how can you think about the other parts of the journey that will make it more easy for that person to take a little bit longer on your CV or to take the time to see the power in that CV? So, can you get people to refer you? If they've heard your name already from somebody else that they trust, much more likely to take some time on your CV. Is there a portfolio you can share? Okay, it's maybe still a little bit like that door to door salesman, but if there's something else that goes alongside the CV that shows the evidence, it can be powerful. Can you have some pre application conversations? It's not always possible, but take the opportunity to ask for it. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. And sometimes that's all that you need. I've seen instances of people sending a little bit of a video intro, just 1 to 2 minutes, maybe a week before they submit their CV or a week before the role closes. And that can make the difference. You position yourself well in that 1 minute, and more likely to spend a little bit longer on your CV. But even before that, if you know that you want to apply to a certain company or a certain role, how can you find out ways to connect with the people in the team or connect with people in the company? How can you attend events that they might be at? If they already know your face or recognise your name, it gives you an immediate step up from that CV or resume landing cold on their desk. So the next time you're submitting a CV, just take a few minutes to think about how can I make it more likely that the hiring manager is going to spend the time reading this CV and make it easier for them to offer me that interview. Let's create a career that you love.